What's going on, everybody? So today we're starting a small project here. We're going to be reconfiguring this small section of in this living room for your entertainment system. We're going to be building a cabinet here on the bottom. We're going to open up the wall first of all, and we're going to build a cabinet to match the cabinets that we have installed here in the kitchen. So we're going to build a cabinet here. We're going to bring in the wall. It's 24 inches deep now. It's going to be 12, just so it's not so deep since the TV is going here. And then from here on up, it's going to be open floating shelves with lights on the shelves. And since it's also 24 inches deep and it's too deep for you to reach in to grab whatever decoration you have back there, so we're going to bring it out to 12 inches deep, but it is going all the way almost to your crown molding. And then so we got to move this outlets, the switches, to preferably this wall on this side, and same with that outlet, just so they're no longer in our area where we're going to be working on. Here you have your fiber internet and another outlet. So those we're going to, I believe they left some slack for that fiber cable. So we're going to push those down to where our cabinet's going to go. So stay tuned.
Alright guys, so we had two ceiling joists that were running this way, and they were being carried on this wall. So that has been reframed. As you can see up there, we have our framing for our we moved the weight over to this wall, and now we're able to remove the framing that we had on this our existing wall.
All right, everyone, so we got the walls framed out, and we have our switches going to our light, living room light, fan, and then our shelf lights. And we have the wiring here for the shelves. It's probably gonna have 3 shelves going from side to side, and each shelf is gonna have 2 or 3 small lights. And we also braced up here for where the TV is gonna be in case they want to put a wall mount. And we're also putting an outlet here, and we're putting an outlet on the bottom where the cabinet is gonna go. I'm also gonna put, after our drywall is in, a box for us to run either HDMI cables, an Ethernet cable, an antenna, coax cable to the TV. And those are also going to drop to the cabinet side for our, either they have a cable box or whatever. So the TV area will be all clean, just the TV hanging there, and all the accessories, components are going to be inside the cabinet. So right now we're installing the drywall, and we should have this drywall up today. Alright, everyone, so got this little niche textured. Now waiting for this to dry. So while this is drying, I'm going to begin, I already started covering the floors and the furniture here because we're going to be painting this living room. I'm going to start off by removing the 2 AC covers, removing that cover from the fan, and I'm going to paint the ceiling first. Well, I'm going to caulk all around any cracks around the crown, the baseboard, and I'm going to paint the ceiling after that. And I'm also going to be painting the ceilings here and here. I'm removing those things as well, AC vents, those light covers. And then we're going to paint the walls, but I don't think I'll get to that today. But definitely I'm going to do the ceilings all around here. and just got done doing the second coat on the walls inside of the living room. And I did a second coat on the crown molding as well. So right now I'm gonna do the entrance. I already did a second coat on the crown molding, and I'm gonna do now a second coat on the walls. All right, everyone. So we're out here building the cabinet and the floating shelves that are gonna go on this living room. And let me show you what we're doing right now. So we have our box frame for our cabinet here, and it's got that angle like it does on the inside of the living room. So right now we're cutting the plywood for the back side, and then after this we'll be cutting the face for this cabinet and start building our shelves. So we got our saws here for our cuts. We're about to start cutting the back piece for the box. All right, everyone, so we're cutting down the shelves and gluing them together and nailing them. This is one of the shelves that's going to be floating, and it starts off at a wall that's at an angle. So we got our two pieces here in the front and the side, and then we have one over here that's already pretty much assembled. We just gotta put some spackling on the nails. And it's hollow on the inside for the most part because it's gonna have the lights in there. So once it's lacquered and finished, we'll go ahead and before we install them, we'll make our holes with a hole saw for our lights.
All right, guys, so we're assembling the face frame for it, and we're using pocket hole joinery. So we have our pocket hole set up there. We have our pocket holes going, and this is the face frame. We're gonna attach it to our box with pocket holes. So they're gonna be hidden on the inside of the cabinet and on the outside of the box. I'm working on the doors right now. The cuts for the rails that are gonna be indented into the style of the door, and so that's that. And then here's the doors. So I already got them glued up and clamped. I need to go ahead and sand them down and route them out and put them on the doors. So I have my sacrificial fence here, and then here are my rails. So you heard the rails, and here's once they're already cut and finished off. Cutting down the rails. I got a 1/4-inch dado stack on the table saw, and then just my fence 90 degrees with a sacrificial piece to stop any blowout from the rails. All right, guys, so this is the last of the center panels that I gotta glue, that was glued down. So it's the 3-inch pieces so that they can match the cabinets inside of the kitchen. So it's 3-inch pieces and 1.5 inches. That's gonna be almost covered up because of the 3/4 that goes into the door. So they were glued down, and now I gotta sand them down. I'm using 100 grit just to get rid of the top glue, and then I'm sanding them down all the way to 220 and spray some lacquer on top of them. Check that out. That's with 100 grit. So can't even see the seams. It's really hard to see the seams. That's where it's at. It looks beautiful. It's heart maple. Check it out. So we're sanding. I'm doing a 220 on this, and man, this is finishing so smooth. So it's gonna be some beautiful shelves. All right, guys, we're gonna be using our Titan Cap Spray 95 and spraying our Sherwood lacquer and sanding sealer. So we're gonna be diluting that with a little bit of lacquer thinner and shooting it with our Titan Edge VOP spray gun. So that's gonna give us the best finish on our surface, which is not this. This is just my table. Just got done with the sealer coat on this one. 2 seal coats. Ready?
Mm-hmm. Abajo.
Okay. ¿Puedes poner up?
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. So working on the last of the shelves. So here it is. We tapped our holes and we're doing our last connection for our electrical. So here's the other 2 shelves. Of course, they still need to be caulked and the back needs to be painted. But here's the rest of the lights, and here's our last connection. So George is working on it as we speak. And then after we have that connected, we're gonna test everything out.
The other shelf goes right here, and so the wires are gonna go inside that shelf, on the last shelf that goes on the bottom. But just a little test run.
Whoa, look at that. I don't even think the video does it any justice, but it looks pretty cool. So I think once it's all set and decorated, I think it's gonna look amazing. So those are 3-inch maple, 3-inch maple shelves with 2-inch recessed lights in 4500K. So hope you guys like it.
All right, so there's a 3rd shelf on there. You guys can see. It looks pretty cool. We still gotta caulk the back and paint that back wall white. And with our whatever accents go on there, decorative things, it's gonna really pop out. It's finally completed. The shelves are in. Everything looks very nice and pretty.